Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. This is Vishal and you're watching Nifty and Bank Nifty short-term view. Now in my previous weekly sectoral analysis educational video which I shared with all of you on Sunday, I had clearly stated that the coming week will be a lot volatile, and in fact the title of the video was Volatile Next Few Trading Days. Okay, so what has happened is from this particular gap down, I think which probably occurred on Friday. After this gap down, we saw from 17,360, 365, we saw a little bit of pullback, and then the next day there was a gap up. And I had clearly stated in that video that there could be a gap up, and in case if the gap up happens, please do not go long in the market, because the reason was there was a extremely wide gap over here and this could act as a resistance. And in fact, from this resistance itself, you can see that from 17,578 to 580, we saw a correction till 17,573. First thing. All right. And then from 17,073, we saw a gap up today till 17,263, and suddenly even that gap up was sold into. And probably, I think right now even SGX Nifty is showing negative due to all of the negative news which is going up in a few of the banks in the Western world. Okay, so you can see how volatile trading week this is, and it is exactly the way I stated. Now going ahead, markets have already corrected. What is the next state of trend for the market for next few days, which is very, very important? Well, if you check the daily time frame chart, the trend continues to remain down. Yesterday we had a sort of a candle which was high wave, but immediately today this was pretty evident that immediately after the gap up we saw some sort of selling coming up, and Nifty futures managed to close 88 points down, but Bank Nifty was even worse. It closed more than a percent down, almost 422 points down. And you can see it is closed at a daily support of 17,023. This is the Fibonacci extension support. In the weekly time frame chart, the support is at 16,768. So in round figure, I would say 16,750 in Nifty futures. Now, one person should understand two things. What is the trend and what is the state of trend? Trend is obviously down. There is no doubt about that. Whether it is in the daily chart, even the weekly chart is weak, and even the hourly chart is weak. And what is the state of trend? State of trend always, tells you that what should be done right now. In case if the trend is down, is it a good time to short or not? According to me, this is not a good time to short, because already we have seen a nice correction going down. And you should understand what is your risk reward ratio as a swing short-term trader on the short side. If you sell probably in any stock or in Nifty or Bank Nifty futures, somewhere here, here or here, I think your risk reward ratio will be different in all these three zones. And we have already fallen that much, and you can see daily time frame RSI is almost near to, you can say, 31. Okay, just 1 point above, probably near the, you can say, the oversold mark. If you check hourly chart, probably it would be near oversold. Okay, if you check the weekly time frame chart, the next support is at 16,750. So according to me, this is not a good time to short. But in case if the market continues, and if you're holding any shorts, especially in futures, you can keep trailing your stop loss, because if this sell-off continues, there is a probability that we could hit somewhere around, you can say, 16,900 to 16,800 levels. These two levels are possibly which can be tested. But as a swing short-term trader, you should be trailing your stop losses. When your stop losses will get hit, when the trend reverses, you'll automatically exit that particular trade. But shorting at this particular level, in case if we have a gap down tomorrow, makes no sense. Understood that? But you can have a look at stocks like Tata Steel or something which haven't broken down. All right. If you have a look at stocks like Tata Steel or any other stock which you feel it's still weak and there is a lot of room on the downside, then probably you can think about it. And that also, if it gives a breakdown down in the shorter term time frame charts like the hourly time frame chart or something. But you should understand the major part, the major earning part for going short probably was in the last week when you saw that breakdown happening somewhere around the zone, according to me, was let me just go back to the Nifty future. It's a little bit slow today. Okay. So, yeah. So possibly somewhere over here, this was a good point to start seeing things that probably some negativity is coming up. And somewhere over here near the gap, this was a good point, somewhere around 17,574. This is not a good point to go short. And probably even if we have a gap down tomorrow, understand this thing very, very clearly. Okay. Let's have a look at the Bank Nifty chart. Now, if you have a look at the Bank Nifty chart also, we have fallen a lot. Okay. And even in Bank Nifty, I had clearly stated that please do not go long if we have a gap up or something. And the correction has occurred pretty nicely. In fact, we did bounce back from this particular support, which had been holding pretty nicely since a lot of days. Even this support has been broken down today. So probably if we gap down tomorrow, we'll open near this support, which is around 39,000. Can say exactly, it's very difficult to say, but you can say 38,960 or 950, somewhere around that. This is in the daily time frame chart. This is the Fibonacci extension. In the weekly time frame chart, this is the 78.6% Fibonacci extension. Plus, we have a 50-week simple moving average. So there is a confluence of support in this particular zone in Bank Nifty futures chart. So one should understand that does it make sense to probably go short at a juncture where there is a lot of support? The answer is obviously no. So people who are already holding shorts in their respected stocks or indexes, they can keep trailing their stop losses in futures. But if you have not done anything, then this is not the right term, right time to do it. Because, you know, at times it can happen that for some or the other reason, you could not initiate a trade on the short side, probably due to fear or whatever, or maybe you were busy into something. And then when you see the entire world markets are collapsing all around the world, negative news is there, and then at the last you press that button to go short. This is not the right way to do it. This is called FOMO, and generally FOMO sort of trades will end up in a loss. All right. And the main important part is, especially when a lot of noise is going around in many of the WhatsApp groups, in probably on Twitter or YouTube, everywhere. First of all, you need to understand what is your trading psychology, what is your trading system telling to you, where is the support, where is the resistance, what is the risk reward ratio, and what should be done right now. And please do not pay attention to all the news which is coming up. You just will probably have a look in the WhatsApp and just keep it aside, because if you allow that particular news to overrule your mind, you will probably end up doing a FOMO trade, which will not give you a lot of profit. If in case within that span, if there is a sharp bounce back or something, and that bounce back allows you to probably initiate a new trade on the short side, then probably I will surely share with all of you. But this is not the right time. Even if there is a big gap down tomorrow, please do not initiate a short side trade. All right. So I hope this video helps you to understand what's going around in the world and how you should be acting as a trader right now. All right. Enjoy the trend.